This is a discussion of the Victorinox Soldier, the Alox version, which means basically aluminum handles. These ones are a little bit more difficult to find. What I found is that depending on where you are, locally you can usually find a Swiss Army knife. Okay, it's usually of this style, the red plastic handles. Of different variety. Usually some of the more simple ones like you can get from REI or your local sporting goods store. What I've not seen locally typically is these aluminum handle versions. The reason why I picked one of these up was they're interesting, they're different. I used to not like the the color of them, the design, for the longest time, but I kept seeing I like to look on the forums, Blade forums, USN, whatnot, people's everyday carry knives, and I kept seeing these aluminum ones over and over again, and people are always talking about these ones and collecting them and whatnot, and so I guess it just started to grow on me over time. So I picked one up. I was able to find one in a knife store locally. And they had a whole series of the Alox ones. We're on macro mode here, that's why you have the up close view of it. So it's the standard Swiss Army folding knife, just with aluminum scales. And the uniqueness of this one is it's the soldier knife. They're starting to make the soldier in the larger size now. This one. Okay. This is not the soldier, but this is what it looks like handle wise. And from what I read, that they are going to phase out this smaller soldier, and in fact 2010, or it could be even 2009, was the last year that they're going to be making these soldiers. So I figured these have been around for decades. I'll pick one up just for collection reasons, and it's only $22 to $25 depending on where you get it. And the cool thing about this one is that it has a really big blade for a Swiss Army knife. Okay, I'm in macro mode, so it's a little bit out of context. So I'll try to show you something else here. This one is the Victorinox Climber, and I'll pull out the blade on that one. Okay, so you have a close length, but the width of the blade is, or the belly is bigger on that one. Let's compare it to I think this is a Spartan. Could be completely wrong. So it's basically the same as the Climber there. And let's look at it compared to I think it's like Camper or something. I forget the name of this one. Could be even, I don't know. But this is a totally different style knife, much bigger. So you can see the kind of the differences there. I think the point here is that it's larger than your normal standard Swiss Army knife. Okay, and it has a very nice belly on it. Look at that. Obviously a mirror polish. Canon. Takes on some fingerprints really easily. It's a nice blade. It has the Victorinox markings, Switzerland, stainless. And the uniqueness about the Soldier, it's dated with the year that it was produced. So this one, I bought it new, but it probably was sitting around for a while. And it was done in 2008. So from what I read, these are the only ones that are actually marked with the year produced. So that little bit of a interesting tidbit there. It feels real nice. I like the scales. They do feel better than the normal plastic ones. I have to say, well, you don't have to buy so expensive knives that you see me do videos on. I mean, to some extent, this is all you really need. The manufacturing quality on this thing is just amazing, as with all Victorinox products. The springs in here are just perfect. Easy to use. No issues whatsoever. So I guess this is a punch or something. I would never use this, but kind of neat. I didn't realize that this part right here is sharpened, so be careful with that. So it has bottle opener, flathead screwdriver. It has another can opener, flathead screwdriver. And then it has the punch again, and then the big blade. So there's not a whole lot to this knife. It's pretty simple. That's about it. Probably the big thing that you're missing on this one is that it doesn't have the lanyard or keychain ring. So if you're into that, you're gonna miss out on that. It doesn't have the standard Victorinox toothpick and tweezers on this one either. I don't think any of the aluminum frame ones do. So something to think about there. There are a lot of these aluminum ones, but there's subtle differences between them. So another one out there is called the Pioneer. And from what I can tell, the Pioneer is exactly the same one as the Soldier, except it has a key ring and it doesn't have the year marked blade. Size and everything else is the same. You can get some more that have like a saw on it. There's a farmer, I think there's a rancher, electrician one. Basically you can get more types of screws. You can get a saw. You can get another smaller blade with a curve on it. You cannot, what I would really love is this exact same knife with scissors in it. And I know it's kind of silly because you have the knife, but I think the Victorinox scissors are actually really handy. So this with scissors would be awesome for me, but I guess I haven't seen any of these Alex versions with scissors. So again, cool knife. Don't have to spend tons of money to find a cool knife. I think this is just a unique collection item and very practical to be used. It's people friendly, looks nice, it's easy carry, doesn't weigh much, and the blade is useful. It's large enough, just, you know, it's slow to open, just normal standard pocket knife. So I highly recommend this one. Check it out while you still can. Later.